You have been gifted sacred creativity. And it is time to activate your sacral chakra. I went to open up my chakra cards because this message came through so clearly that you've been gifted sacred creativity. And the first chakra that came up was the sacral chakra. Okay? I love when this happens because I know that my message is right and I know that I'm aligning with spirit. Why this came through, the creativity. In my readings, so many messages having to do with pregnancy and sensuality, passion, have been coming through. And I know there's a few specific messages that were about pregnancy and having a child. But I just had this inkling that there was something else. And today I was sitting and it was just like, an aha moment. I was like, oh my gosh, no. The people who aren't having kids, they were gifted sacred creativity. That's what it is. It just felt like this, I'm like picking up on this energy of like bursting through, like when you finally see something clearly and you just are realizing the power that you have. And I did some cards and I was called to use my red cards, and look what came up. Creativity and the Magician. So the Magician, when it comes up for me, it comes up in almost every single reading that I do, and it's basically telling me that I am speaking directly for spirit. Okay? But in this case, I think that it's talking about how you are capable of a lot of spiritual things, including manifestation. And then what's crazy is that the High Priestess also came out. Intuition, higher power, what was it? Yeah. Subconsciously, you have had this gift for a very long time, okay? And what's interesting, what came through, was that it was gifted to you by the moon. And in my very first reading for my collective, I got a collective that was gifted or spiritually touched by the sun at birth. And the analogy that I made was like Yue from Avatar: The Last Airbender. But in your case, it is literally like Yue, touched by the moon at birth, given these powers, and just always having this spiritual connection to the night, to the stars, to the moon, to the galaxy, to the universe, to everything. And that's powerful. I can't imagine what that feels like. Except for when I tap into these messages. I feel that sense of immortality. Not that I'm immortal, but like that's kind of what I feel like you're tapping into. And I think that this creativity has always been inside of you. It has always been there to guide you, to tell you what it is that you create, obviously, but also what it is that you stay away from. is what just came through. Like, you know what drains you energetically. You know to not be in high stress environments because your creativity goes down. But what I'm picking up on is that you had a blockage, and you have just come through this blockage. A lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender coming through, because when he's working on his chakras, the way that they explain what chakras are is that it's this flowing water, and as you unlock one after the next, you find enlightenment, you find nirvana. And enlightenment, this is usually having to do with suffering, but there's a lot of different Buddhist principles, but the main one is full detachment is what leads to happiness and enlightenment. It's way deeper than that, but that's like the basics. Okay, so why we're talking about the sacral chakra, the sacral chakra is right below your navel, your belly button, okay? Like your lower tummy area. And this is associated with emotions, pleasure, relationships, and creativity. So, when we talk about creativity and the sacral chakra, we can't ignore the sacred sexuality part of it. So, what this means is that these two are very aligned. Celibacy just popped up in my head. Maybe you're celibate. When you go through different stages of sensuality and who your partner is or no partner, you are in different levels of creativity. And what I'm picking up on is someone who is like turned up the volume on both, and it keeps turning. It just keeps turning up, and you almost feel like you're losing control. But this was meant to find you, to tell you that this is a superpower of yours. You've been gifted this. You might, okay, what also popped up? You might even find that people stare at you a lot. And that's because when someone is super powerful, spiritually, energetically, there is this aspect of us that's drawn to them. We're drawn to this person for some reason. And, even if you think that you're not attractive, which I'm picking up on someone who's very attractive, you are attractive in the sense of what just came up was you look like the night. Like, you look like the night to someone, and they really like that. But it's because you've been touched by the moon. Like, you have moon spirit inside of you. So you are just bursting with your gifts right now, okay? Thank you, sun, giving me some spotlight. Let's get back into the chakras. Okay, so like we discussed, it's right underneath your belly button, right? And it is, I'm just going to read you some of the information just in case you don't know about sacral chakra, okay? So this is the second chakra in your body system. It is associated with your emotional body, creativity, and sensuality. The chakra's energy is characterized by flexibility and flow. First step to our ladder of consciousness. Oh my gosh. High priestess. What did I say? Subconsciousness. Okay, right? So you are stepping out of this subconscious state, and you are feeling a full body experience. Like, you are stepping into your reality. Sorry, I have an itch. You are stepping into reality tenfold. tenfold. The volume is turning up on everything, okay? Perfect. Now, this has to do with pleasure, creativity, sensuality, needs, and emotions. The color is orange, and the element is water. The moon, the ocean, the water. Okay, we see this. We see these connections, right? So the other thing is I'm gonna have to put spicy on here because we are talking about a lot of spicy things. Self-pleasure just came up. If you are celibate, make sure you're not neglecting this. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that. If you know, you know. So now to balance the sacral chakra, okay? Now, when you have an imbalance in your sacral chakra, you will feel it in the form of some sort of bladder problem, kidneys, circulation, like your foot's falling asleep, your hands are falling asleep a lot, you get a lot of migraines, okay? When you have too much energy in this, which is, you know, we all go through ups and downs, this can be aggression, manipulative, and overindulgent tendencies. So if you're someone who gets addicted to things pretty easily, you might have some excessive energy in this space, okay? And it can also lead to guilt, distrust, and resentment when you have a deficiency, okay? Now, let's look at how we can bring this up. If you are feeling any of those things, right? I'm speaking strictly in the terms of spiritual practices, a little bit of Buddhism, and anyone who is in my collective knows that I am not a doctor, right? I'm talking about spirituality. Now, here are some things that you can do. Aromatherapy, okay? You can do smells like spearmint, rose, eucalyptus, cardamom, okay? And now we're going to go through some affirmations. I am living a pleasurable life. I am radiant, beautiful, creative, and enjoy a healthy and passionate life. I have complete peace from within. I trust my feelings and give them ample room for expression. Another message this came through. Your intuition is also on an upscale. It's turning up the volume. Your intuition is going up. Trust your intuition. You need to start journaling. If you have prophetic dreams, write down these dreams. One of those dreams is about to come true. One of your dreams is about to come true. If you made a wish, one of those wishes are about to come true. You need to start journaling. Whew, that was a strong channel. Okay. That was really strong. Okay, and then the other one, another affirmation. I allow my creativity to flow through me freely. Okay? Now, okay, so one of these stones, I don't know if coral's technically a stone, but they're talking about real stones, but I'm getting the sense of coral. So I don't know if you like to collect like little seashells, pieces of coral, pieces of earth, but wherever you have this collection, if you're part of my collective, I'm sure you have like a collection of shark teeth, shells, leaves, acorns, something. This collective is very earth angels, siren, moon, earth energy. What I'm getting is to make an altar. Have these earth ornaments? is that can I say that? Earth ornaments around you while you're creating, while you're making your art, while you're making your music, while you're dancing. Dancing just came up. You might like to dance, or you're getting back into that. Okay? And then some yoga poses. Happy baby. And just the squat. So maybe you're working on your booty too. Are you trying to get a little booty-licious? Get that Brazilian butt? I am too. Okay, and then some activities. This chakra relates. I'm gonna read this because this is what you need to do. Okay, so this chakra relates well to the elements of water and the ability to change and flow with it. You can reconnect with this element by spending time in water, going for a swim, sitting near a flowing stream, or taking a relaxing bath. This chakra is all about creative expression, so exploring your creative side could help. Completely personal, but this could involve coloring, drawing, baking, or gardening. Okay? And, oh, okay. Oh, this is why you're unlocking this. You've just let go of a previous relationship. Okay? Because it literally says, we carry negative energy from previous relationships, and emotional baggage can build up in your system and leave you imbalanced. Okay? Another ceremony that you need to do. Write down the name of the person and the emotion you want to rid yourself of. Then you can literally toss these away in whichever way feels great to you. You can toss them into a fire, tear them up. Let your past emotions evaporate with the note. Let your past emotions evaporate with the note. My beautiful friends, I love this energy. You are on the up and up. You have been gifted sacred creativity, sacred sexuality, all of these different things, and they are just about to explode for you. Okay? Explode. I am so excited. Whatever your creative project is, like, seriously, it's about to be amazing. It's about to be amazing. Okay, my beautiful, beautiful earth angels, thank you so much for being here. If this resonated with you, if this aligned with you, you may be a part of my collective, okay? And you know, work on some of those things for your sacral chakra. You don't have to take all the advice that I gave to you. Maybe just Google sacred chakra and whatever stands out to you. But I am getting a really big message about water and how you need to connect with water. Maybe even a night swim on a full moon and doing a full moon ritual. Okay? Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. My beautiful friends. I've said beautiful like 100 times. Bye.